This is an eye round. It is also known as one of the cheapest piece of meat there is. Usually it's always done as a roast, but if you are looking for a $1 steak, look no further. My goal has always been to transform this piece of meat into an amazing steak. And trust me, I have done quite a few experiments to try to achieve that. I even dry aged one of them to see if it would tenderize better, and man, let me tell you something, you gotta go watch that video in order to see what happened. Then after that, I tried to inject some Wagyu fat into it. Because as we all know, fat is flavor. And if there's one thing that eye round is always lacking is some fat. So my thought was that if I inject some Wagyu fat, this might just become amazing. And the results of that video, well, let's just say it was not impressive. But with all that being said, today I had total success. And I made them 3 different ways so that we can find out which one is best so that you can try it at home. Most of the time, whenever you buy eye round, it looks just like this. And as a matter of fact, this one is actually quite better than others. However, as you can clearly see, there's still some silver skin and some additional fat, which has gotta go. Now let me be very clear, the only reason I'm removing the fat is because whenever you buy eye round steaks, they do not come with the fat. So even though I have a whole piece, if you buy them in your supermarket, they would not look like this. That is why I want to make this video as accurate as possible so that you can try it at home. But if you are lucky enough to get your eye round with some fat, just leave it. But in order to be as accurate as possible, I'm removing all of it, as you already know. And once I was done with the trimming, this is what it looks like. That right there is a tough piece of meat. It's no wonder why most people use it as a pot roast. But I will say one thing, even though it lacks tenderness, but it makes up with flavor. Because if there's only one thing eye round's got going for it, it has a wonderful taste. And you gotta remember, you don't want to cut these steaks thick. 1 inch is plenty enough. Any thicker than that, then you're gonna be basically having shoe leather. And as you can see, these are not the best looking steaks. I mean, come on, what did you expect? They're $1 each. But I'll tell you one thing, we are gonna make them delicious. And in order to do that, the first thing we gotta work on is the tenderness. And if you've seen our tenderizing experiment, you know that the pineapple is the best thing to achieve that. So what I like to do is to throw everything into the bowl and add my pineapple mix. The goal is to make sure every single steak is fully covered with the pineapple. That way the enzymes can go to work for us and make that steak as tender as possible. Now the wonderful thing about it is that there's nothing else to do but put it on the refrigerator for no more than 45 minutes. But after 45 minutes, I removed it from my refrigerator and quickly washed it all out. You want to make sure you take out 100% of the pineapple, because if you don't, the enzymes will continue working and it will just basically disintegrate your steak. But once the pineapple was fully removed, take a look at this. See how all of the connective tissue has loosened up? That is a sign that your steak is nice and tender. And let me tell you something, for an eye round, that is a good thing. Every time I post a video, let me tell you guys something, I read every single comment. And on my last tenderizing experiment, you guys said that I should use the jacquard after the pineapple, which makes 100% sense. That way I won't make any pre-holes so that the enzymes can go in. And just like you guys mentioned, I'm also not gonna overdo it. Just one pass on one direction and one on the other. That should make it nice and tender and not ground beef like previous episode. The next thing I did was to flatten out the steak as much as I could. This will not only make the steak bigger, but it will have a larger surface area so that we can get nice browning. And to be honest with you, you don't need any machine for this. It is so tender now that you can do it with your hand. But if you do have a meat mallet just like this one, which is flat, use it. Just remember not to overdo it because this thing is already tender enough. And just by this close up right here, you can see that we completely annihilated the fibers. That is a good thing. Moving on to the next step, it's all about the seasoning. And in order for them to be consistent, I only season them with salt, freshly ground black pepper, and garlic powder, nothing else. This way we're not going to be masking any flavor and we're really going to be able to tell if the method is the best. But now that I have all of them seasoned, this is the plan. The very first 2 steaks here, we're going to be doing Brazilian style, which is bife acebolado. It basically means beef and onions. We're going to saute them together to give a wonderful flavor. The second one, on the other hand, we're first going to be smoking it. Once an internal temperature of 135 degrees Fahrenheit is reached, I'm going to take it out and sear it. And for that, I'm going to be using butter, thyme, and garlic. The last one, on the other hand, we're going to be doing something that is called chicken fried steak. And no, it has nothing to do with chicken, but it has 100% to do with fried. Talking about that, the next thing to do is to make a seasoned flour. And for that, I threw in 4 tablespoons of flour and 1 tablespoon of cornstarch, followed by black pepper, garlic powder, salt, and a little bit of Korean chili flakes. Mix everything well and your seasoned flour is ready. Now, if there's one other thing that helps your steak tenderize even more is buttermilk. So in order to make chicken fried steak, steak, the first thing I like to do is to coat it in flour first, then dump it into the buttermilk and go right back into the flour. Make sure to remove the excess and your chicken fried steak is ready to be fried. That is as easy as it gets. But now that we have all of our steaks ready, all there is left to do is to cook them. I'm looking for an internal temperature of 135 degrees Fahrenheit in every single steak. For the chicken fried steak, I'm going to be setting my oil at 375 degrees Fahrenheit. My smoker is going to be in its lowest setting. But now that we have all of our steaks ready, I say it is enough talking and it is time to make some incredible $1 steaks. So let's do it. Alright everybody, here I have our beautiful steak. So what do you think, Angel?
I like it, it looks good.
I know, I'm sorry everybody, we were outside, we set up all the cameras and suddenly, woof.
Yeah, it started raining pretty hard.
A lot of rain. I know you guys like the nice, calm rain, but this is a hurricane outside. You will not be able
to... Some nice little rain.
Yeah,
no, this is like a storm outside.
Yeah, there's a storm outside. You will not be hearing anything. Okay, with all that being said, Angel, we have 3 beautiful steaks for us to try, yeah? It is 100% an experiment, all right? Okay. We have 1, 2, and 3, and we're gonna let them know how they taste and which one is actually better. Sounds good?
Sounds fine, yeah.
All right, let's go for it. Let's go for this one here first. We're gonna go 1, 2, and 3. Cheers, everybody. Cheers.
That's very flavorful.
There is a tremendous amount of flavor in this thing.
It's not fatty at all.
Huh? It's not fatty at all?
I can't really put my finger on what it is.
Really? Yeah. Wow, I thought you were going to be able to tell right away. So it's actually an improvement that you cannot tell.
Oh, okay.
Now.
Is that bad, huh?
Yeah. It's an eye round. Check it out, everybody. Here. This is what the bite looks like. I mean, come on. With a little bit of onions. That's amazing.
So the thing about this that makes it worth doing, is how flavorful it is. Because if it wasn't this flavorful, it probably wouldn't be that worth it.
Here's the deal. It's $1 steak, right? For you to pay $1 for this steak, it is phenomenal. You approve?
I approve, bro.
I approve that one 100%. All right, let's go for the second one, Angel.
Okay. I'm getting the juices.
I got you.
Oh,
I got you.
Oh,
you want some juices? No problem, my friend.
Oh,
I got you.
Oh, you put a little bit of time on this one.
A little bit of time.
You spent some time on this.
Second one. Cheers, everybody.
Cheers.
Oh, Lord.
Definitely smoked.
Definitely smoked. Definitely way better than this one over here. What do you think?
No, that one tastes manly. You know what I mean? That one tastes manly.
It's like a man's steak, yeah?
It is still pretty tough, though.
Yeah.
I'm not gonna say that it's as soft as something like a ribeye or something.
No, it's not like a ribeye, everybody. Come on, it's $1 steak, but it is tender and edible. It's not edible, like a shoe leather, yeah?
It is edible and it is super tasteful.
Yeah.
And the tastefulness is what really keeps you there. If it didn't have the tastefulness,
that's the thing with an eye round.
It's gone.
It's gone because eye round produces a lot of flavor because it's a working muscle, but it lacks tenderness. But when you do all the things I did, I put it on the pineapple, I put a little bit of jacquard on it, you know, a little bit of everything, then it becomes an enjoyable steak. This one is so good that I don't want to stop eating any of them. I can't believe I'm saying that about an eye round, you know what I mean? Normally I just say like, okay, eye round, you take a break over there. Not this time.
No, this one's really good, I'm not gonna lie.
Yeah, it's amazing. All right, let's go for the next one. Chicken fried steak. Cheers, everybody.
Oh.
Come on. Come on. That is phenomenal. Huh? Look at you. Look at you. I can tell already.
That's the one.
That's the one.
Yeah.
That is the one.
It was even more tender.
Yeah.
Right?
Yeah. You want to make your $1 steak taste amazing, everybody? Definitely go with the chicken fried steak, huh, Angel?
Oh, yeah.
It is an amazing experience. I'll tell you that right now. The traditional Brazilian way is good. The mainly steak, which Angel, that's what you call it, a mainly steak, but nothing comes close to the chicken fried steak. You agree?
This one's good, man.
This one is phenomenal. I hope you guys enjoyed this video. If you do enjoy it, make sure you give it a thumbs up. If you're not a subscriber, be sure to subscribe for future videos. Remember, if you are interested in any of the equipment I use, everything is always in the description down below. Thank you so much for watching, and we'll see you guys on the next one. Take care, everybody. Bye-bye.